Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Shooting. I am Tonya Rodgers, of course, here with Andrew M. Swift.
Hi, kids.
And I named the episode tonight the Cave Your Face In episode. And of course, I named it after the promo that Roman Reigns did on Samoa Joe this past Monday. Because I did that for several reasons, not just because Roman said it. Like if Samoa Joe had said it to Roman, I would have said the same thing. This is why I enjoyed Raw. There was a level of badass oozing from certain segments. And it wasn't just, when Samoa Joe was allowed to talk and Roman came out and they had their back and forth, that all was good. The thing about it is, and I'm explaining this because Andrew didn't watch Raw. So the bad part about their exchanges is like 2 minutes long in a 10-minute segment, and the focus was pretty much Stephanie and Mick Foley. It was supposed to be Samoa Joe's contract signing. And of course, he's all tied up with Triple H and that whole storyline. This is why I didn't like that part of it. But the interaction, like Samoa Joe came out and he was like, I'm putting the whole locker room on notice. I'm going to beat you up and then choke you out. And then when you wake up again, I'm going to beat your ass some more. He said, like, the Destroyer is here and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. So Roman Reigns came out and Roman was like, oh, so you like to threaten people. Why don't you threaten me? Like, let me introduce myself. I am Roman Reigns. I'm the baddest man in the ring. And I was like, at that point, I was like, they're going to put them in a match tonight. And I knew, like, a lot of people, like, they're going to blow that match. But
they're going to blow that, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the story of WWE. And this is one of my dream matches, my dream matchups. Like, I hope, like, that they fight so much that one of them gives in to the other in my Samoan World Order stable actually starts. I've been wanting it to happen ever since Samoa Joe got signed. I was like, so you telling me Samoa Joe can be Roman Reigns' mentor and like they could just be killing everybody on the roster? I really want that to happen. Like, but anyway, that segment was badass. The main event, everything about that was badass. Like, and the way I did my review, I'm talking about like the main focus is Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe during like the whole thing. But here comes Braun Strowman, who whooped 4 dudes' ass earlier in the night by himself, and had one dude was like, "Peace, I'm not staying around for the rest of this," and he ran. So Braun pinned all 3, stacked them on top of each other, and pinned all 3 of them. Then he was like, this ain't no competition. Mick Foley, I'm going to come back there and you going to give me some competition. So he basically threatened Mick Foley and got Roman Reigns at Fastlane. And then he's like, okay. He said he wanted everyone. Then the main event, he just comes in and just fucks Roman shit up, completely up. Roman, once again, he was great because he made Samoa Joe look like a main eventer. Like the main eventer Samoa Joe has been trying to be since he came to the company. He finally looked like one last Monday. Because I don't know what was missing. It wasn't clicking, but that match, oh, it was so good. You did not see that match, Andrew?
Nope.
Oh my God. And it was just a raw match. So, like, don't spoil this matchup. And later on at the pay-per-view, they get like a little bit longer and some weapons. And And you know what you're gonna do, Andrew? You're gonna go back and watch this match that you didn't watch. You're like, holy shit! Like, it was real. Like, it was everything I wanted from the match and more. And I wasn't even mad that Braun interfered because, duh, that's what you got to do. You know, you can't have these two to it. But Samoa Joe actually did pin Roman. He kind of does like a spinning rock bottom or something like that. So they're not using a muscle buster. And I think it's because enough guys on the main roster were like, I'm not taking that fucking finish. I don't care what you say about Tyson Kidd and that was a freak accident. I'm not taking that finish. I seriously believe that.
Also, the average size of guys on the main roster is a lot bigger than it is in NXT. So it's like just harder to deliver it to a guy like Roman Reigns versus a guy like Finn Balor, you know?
But who would be more? And I know Roman takes some stupid ass bumps, but he don't take all the stupid ass bumps. And that just seems like something like everybody's so close to Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, and like, you know, where just to respect him, they could say something like that. Bray Wyatt did a really interesting interview on why he chose his sister Abigail, because they told him, you need to get a finisher that the Big Show, that you could do on the Big Show.
Yeah.
That's why I worried about Apollo Crews when they were doing that like thing and Triple H gave him that finish. I was like, he can't do that.
Spin out powerbomb thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't do that to the Big Show. How many top guys want to go take that finish like week after week? Because you know that's how guys wrestle each other. Like, there's certain guys that can get away with that, like Kevin Owens.
I mean, Cruz doesn't win matches, so.
Oh, he wins it with roll-ups.
He wins it with roll-ups in about 90 seconds on Dolph Ziggler. Man.
He wins them on roll-ups because them dudes on the main roster, like, they saw his finish, like, I ain't taking it.
Yeah, roll me up. I don't give a shit, but I'm not doing that shit.
Okay, the other badass shit on Raw, and it might be surprising for me, Miss I Hate Part-Timers. With the Goldberg,
yes.
Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho segment. That was bad. I'm sorry. Goldberg was badass, and like, okay, this is where I'm coming from, Andrew, with this. If it were for the WWE title, I probably would be more upset because that's an actual real title that I actually care about. I'm just keeping it real. The main reason why I don't want Roman Reigns to win the title, because I don't want him to try. Like, he's trying to get himself over. He doesn't need to try to get that belt over. 2, and whoever has that belt has the task of getting. There's a reason why Vince put him in 1 million Universal titles and he never pulled the trigger. It's also, you know, he failed a drug test and, you know, it's not the right time. And also because Vince wants somebody to legitimize that title. It's not it. As much as I'm a fan of some of the things he does, he's not going to legitimize the title. I'm in favor of putting it on Goldberg and having Goldberg and Lesnar. Like, I'm not opposed to it. Let me say that. Like, I'm not, yay, this is the, like, if that's the last match legit, I can get me some rest. I can read up on what happened. Like, or I can do something else. Like, WrestleMania could have been over for, like, seriously, if they're going to do Taker versus Reigns, for me, and I know those two guys are smart enough to pull it off, that's probably, like, depending on where that comes on the card, I might be done after that match. Undertaker got something to prove. Then he got Roman Reigns. Undertaker's a smart ass wrestler. Yeah. I'm telling you, when they finally make that match official, I don't care what comes after it. I'm not. I hope they put all 15 like Andre the Giant women's matches, tag team clusterfuck ladder match, la-di-da. Put all of that before Taker reigns. And all these other part-time and Shane McMahon bullshit. Put that after so I don't have to watch it. Just do me that solid, WWE. That's all I'm asking. Like, it's like a necessary medicine you got to take here, people. Goldberg and Lesnar is your medicine. And understand that in Roman Reigns, if they finally get this dude popping like they want to, you have a dude that he is not greedy. He does not mind eating a pin for your ass. I don't care what nobody say. He will get pinned. So just let somebody go over the old guys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if they have to be champion and line them all up and have Roman beat them all, hopefully, you know, we won't have to keep doing this. Like, every year, keep bringing these old dudes back. Because most of them can't move no more.
Seriously. Yeah, you got some who can't move. You got some who go concuss themselves, you know, on blockers and shit. You got others getting blown up for steroids or whatever, steroid blockers, whatever the hell Lesnar went up for.
Estrogen blocker.
Yeah, whatever. Estrogen blockers. Yeah, and then you got Shane McMahon, so you know that's that's all you need to say there.
That's a whole nother bargain.
Yeah.
I hope that somebody's like, I don't know, but I don't want him in a WrestleMania match, period.
Yeah.
But then people will be like, well, what's AJ Styles doing? No, winning whatever match he's in, hopefully.
Yeah, seriously.
I really don't give a fuck what AJ Styles do. Winning. He could be like, somebody said this, and I forgot who it was. I think it was Kevin Owens. He was like, if you're not the main event, you want to be the first match on the card so you can set the tone for the show. So let them come out first and get all the pops and being like, because it's going to be like a 13-hour show. So by the time...
It's so insane.
By the time, you know, they're going to put the Universal title on last. Do you think?
That's funny. Like, that they're going to... Like, you would think they'd main event with the actual...
With the real championship,
you know? But, like, that would be bizarre if it, like, came down to the last two matches and it was the Universal Championship match and the WWE Championship match were the only ones left. And they put on the Universal title match first. And people were like, wait, what? Like, wait, you're not main event? You're main eventing with the story that's been building for, like, Christ, by that time, 10 months or some shit, you know? 8 months, I guess. That'd be
the explanation would be that Vince was so distracted by Roman Reigns and Undertaker that, like, at the end, he was probably like, we had to wheel him off. He fainted. He doesn't even know what happened. He wasn't like Triple H is always slowly moving his people into key positions anyway.
Good old Paul.
So didn't he like after the streak was broken, Undertaker had to go to the hospital, right? And Vince, when WrestleMania ended, was not there. He was on the way to the hospital with Undertaker. So Triple H and Stephanie kind of like, you know, the show was already in process, but you know, they kind of took over. So they kind of have experience doing such a thing. So all hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do the Raw review for Cage Side Seats. You do the SmackDown review. Yep. So by the time Wednesday gets here, like, I just did a quick recap of, like, the main things on Raw, but I'm literally not about to talk about, like, the tag team bullshit and all that. Like, no. The issue I wanted to talk about, which, like, I get what people are saying, but I'm not going to panic about it, is how, like, Raw's women's division time is like non-existent, or they get like one segment. They're not getting as much time as the SmackDown women, and SmackDown is a 2-hour show, Raw is a 3-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I'll come to the defense of Raw just for a little bit. Like, they have literally one story they're telling, which we've all been watching since forever, which is Charlotte is the best. She is the sun. Women are the planets that revolve around her. Isn't that the story we've been watching, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's since Alicia Fox went missing. That's literally the only story they've been telling. And because thank God the other story they were telling was with Lana. And if those are the stories you're gonna tell with Lana, just don't even give her anything.
Yeah.
Have nothing for her creative, okay? Thanks. Seriously. So my thing is if they spread out this, maybe if Sasha and Bailey thing breaks off and there's two different stories and they're still getting 5% of the time, then I'm gonna raise an eyebrow and be like, hey, but I don't know how much more mic time you want to give Charlotte, because that's all. More TV time for the women on Raw now is going to be more time for Charlotte. It really is. They literally had Sasha just sit there, Charlotte talk shit to her, and no reply. No, I mean, she did her facials, but it's okay, I'm sure there's a point here, but what I'm saying is there was a better way to do that segment. But Sasha was an injured mute on Monday. That's current status. And there's only so much you can do when you can't wrestle and you can't talk. And those are pretty much the two things you're supposed to do on the show. Wrestle and talk. Sasha did neither and was still on TV.
Well, at least they put her on TV, I guess. Shit.
They put her on TV. That's when you're getting to that.
Yeah, it's not a good sign. Yeah.
No, but SmackDown was very smart in how they use their time, because they're actually telling 3 stories. 2 are connected for a very good reason, because 2 of the people are, they've partnered up. And now Naomi and Becky Lynch, which that reminds me, watching that, because, I went to 2 semesters in college at a historically Black university. And, when you're at an HBCU and you're the majority, if a white person goes there, they're usually, getting a scholarship because they're a minority. Mm-hmm. So Naomi and Becky's relationship reminds me of a girl me and this girl I met in college.
Okay.
And we would just be really silly and goofy together, and it was just somehow worked. So I've been enjoying all of that, but I can see, if you want, all I'm saying is asking for right now, when there's only really one story that they're telling, and Sasha and Bailey haven't broken, because I think that's what they're building to, for Sasha and Bailey to break off and do another story. Hopefully, maybe by the time they do the women's tournament, they'll have called some more women on Raw. I don't know. But right now, when it's one story, more TV time is just more time for Charlotte to talk. And although she's improved, I don't want to see her talk more. I don't. So I'm good with 5%. If I think they use it effectively. They further the story of what they're telling, without ramming it down people's throats. So I was cool with it. But if next week they don't make a big deal out of the women's championship match, I'm gonna be pissed, because I'm used to them making a big deal out of it. Charlotte has it has to be in a main event slot, and Charlotte has to have her face bedazzled up and have to do the big in-ring announcement, all of that. And they need to get some good time.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting if they don't make that the main event. Because the last two Charlotte-Sasha championship matches on Raw were both the main event. So that could be interesting. Do you think Bayley's going to win next week, isn't she? Like, is it this obvious? Like,
look, but I don't see. Isn't that too much? But no,
you
like
would
really,
think
like,
so.
If Bayley seriously legit beats Charlotte on Raw, like, isn't that just kind of like? I know you like to troll us smart fans because we're literally the only people left still watching your show.
Yep.
So you like to troll us because you think you know stuff. Well, obviously, if Bayley beats Charlotte, we know what the message is here. Charlotte's never gonna lose on pay-per-view. So when Charlotte's match at WrestleMania happens, just go to the bathroom, go out for some snacks, rewind and watch the last match.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not fun when you can predict who's gonna win all the time.
No,
it's not.
It's even less fun when you can't even make any money on it anymore because the fucking gambling lines have smartened up to it.
Yeah.
It's a big bummer. It's a big bummer, let me tell you. Good old Charlotte. She made me some money, and now it's not gonna happen anymore. I'm pretty bummed. I'm waiting for the moment where I'm gonna be like, all right, this is the time. I'm gonna bet on the face, and then she's gonna win again, and I'm gonna be like, why did I fucking do that? What? Just waiting for it to happen where I I almost convinced myself for Roadblock to put money on Sasha. I was like, oh, they're putting her over. And then I was like, no, they're not. Don't be an idiot. And then when the smart money came in, I was like, see, aren't you glad you didn't let your heart talk you into putting money on the face? Never, ever do that. What a mistake. So yeah, I just can't care. I can't care. Like, if they do the title switch next week, it's just gonna be like, whatever. I don't like the heel turn they're doing for Sasha. I think they've mangled her from day one, and in the process have mangled Charlotte from day one because they've made Charlotte to be way bigger than what she is. And she's not able to actually carry fan interests. Oh, man, I just bought her shirt last week, too. Shit. From what I hear, Bayley is starting to hit her stride, so that's good at least. But, like, even that, like, I can't get up for it. Like, I'm just like, oh, whatever, you know?
You know what I noticed about Raw? Like, and somebody made a joke, and I promised a dear friend of mine has a chance to listen to my show. I don't want to be bashing Seth Rollins, right? But somebody made this point, and I found it interesting. I made a joke of, like, people were saying, well, the scripts for Raw are really bad. And I was like, well, I'm a writer. I know about scripting. If the words, the content is fucked up, or if it's just this person's delivering.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so entertained. I was so proud of everybody because the lines were good. Like, Roman Reigns legit told somebody he's going to cave their fucking face in. I was like, yow. And Samoa Joe was like, I'm going to whoop your ass, make you pass out. When you wake up, I'm going to beat your ass again. I was like, no. So I was like, I made a joke that the person who wrote Sparkle Crotch was not writing the lines Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody made a joke. It was like, that's because who wrote Sparkle Crotch was taking a trip to the doctor. And I was like, wait a minute. So are you trying to say that things were better because a certain somebody wasn't on the show?
Ouch.
Right. And I was like, that's something to think about. It's something to ponder. Also, I don't know if you saw it, but you know, it's convenient that like the first good Raw in for fucking ever, and the paper for who the producers and who agented what match and what segments comes out. Yeah, it's such a coincidence. We have a good Raw, and we're gonna see who's responsible for it. Yeah.
Ooh, conspiracy theory. I like it. Oh man.
It's not a conspiracy. It's the truth. Like there's a
it's not.
There's a reason.
Truth.
But there's a reason why we started hearing about who's writing SmackDown, but everything used to be so fucking foggy about who was in control over Raw. Like, well, I guess this person and that person, but Raw has a good episode, like from top to finish. It had a running theme. Stories were weaving together. Badass was oozing all over the place. Oh, and now the paper suddenly leaks out that night or the next day of who is producing what segments and matches. Yeah, right. Jamie Noble needs to stop agenting the cruiserweights to be in headlocks. I don't know what the fuck is going on there.
Yeah.
He didn't wrestle like that.
Yeah.
He did not. Jamie Noble was hell of exciting as hell. Like, he was very technical, but in very smart and entertaining ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that the cruiserweights are still like stuck in headlocks on Raw, but then like on 205 Live, I only caught the tail end. I haven't gone back and watched the whole thing, but I caught the tail end of it, and I like turned it on right when it was Gallagher and TJP were squaring off or whatever, and like they're going at it, and the crowd started like a "This is awesome" chant, and I was like, what alternative universe have I stumbled into on the network here? Like, the crowd Seattle was lit all night, first of all, but like, "This is awesome" chant on 205 Live. I was blown away. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
What you said about Seattle, I just think it's that area because they were in Portland on Monday and people gave a fuck about everything. Like, yeah. Like, even though, you know, of course, Roman gives his Roman reaction, but it was like, shit, you can hear motherfuckers actually cheering for him. What the fuck? This doesn't happen that much anymore. There are audible cheers. It's not just children cheering for him. Oh, yeah. So, what is that? The
Northwest
area? Northwest, yes. My bad. Yeah, they're pretty good. And they're not like really smarky. They're like marks. They're like, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they
right?
Shit out of everything. We're here to have a good goddamn time. So
the heat they gave The Miz was like, woo!
Right?
That was hot.
Right?
That got me lit right from the start of SmackDown. Because I've been like kind of down on wrestling for a couple of days. And boy, I tell you, D-Bry came out and they're all doing yes chants. I'm like, okay. And then I just hear, awesome! And boo! I was just like, oh man, you guys got me back. That's all you needed to do is put D-Bry and The Miz against each other in Seattle. And I was like, oh, I'm all caps now. Immediately. That was great. That was a hoot. It makes such a difference, like, good crowds. Like, it makes so much of a difference.
It does, because even like it's just a hot environment where the crowd is reacting. It does give kind of credence to like, you know, reaction is a good reaction as long as they're saying something. Like, I will take, and not just like, I think, which I don't agree. I think if they're fucking random chanting and just trying to get themselves over, shut the fuck up. That's the only part. But like, I don't give a fuck who they're cheering or booing. If they're into what's happening in the ring, hell yeah, it's so amazing. It really is. That's why we say NXT takeover is her.
Yep.
Even though you're not really watching every week or you're not up on it, like, the takeovers are still awesome because the crowd's gonna be really into it.
Yep. Yeah. And once you get a hot crowd, like, if you can get it it doesn't go away from like one bad show or whatever, you know. Like NXT's been mediocre for like a year, like a full year on TV, and they still have lit crowds like every takeover. So, you know, like if the main roster shows can just get to a point where crowds are consistently into them, and then they haven't. Neither show has gotten to anywhere near that point, but if they could, boy, that would make a whole lot of a difference, and it makes a whole lot of a difference for like a person at home. If you're like if you're a casual watcher, you're like flipping through the channel and you're like watching something and it's dead silent on Raw or SmackDown or whatever, you're like, oh, whatever. But if like the crowd is losing its shit for something, you'll be like, oh, all right, okay, you know, like it's like the crowd effect, the loudness in the crowd, like the effect that has in the arena for other fans, like to get involved, also translates on TV. Obviously, and then unless you're a mark like someone like me, you're not going to be like chanting or yelling shit at the TV, but you know, it's going to drive your investment into the product more. So whenever I see someone be like, oh, crowd reaction, whatever, blah, blah, it's not a big deal. I'm like, that's like the biggest deal, I feel like, you know? Like, man, it makes so much difference.
I think it's a big deal, but like, I can recognize that there's a such thing as group hysteria, and sometimes crowds are dead fucking wrong. I've seen it. Like, not even in entertainment. I've seen a crowd be dead fucking wrong.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
When you understand the dynamic of, like, sometimes a powder keg situation happens, and that definitely can happen in wrestling where, like, there's some quality entertainment here, but they want to play with a fucking beach ball or do the wave.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, well, if you're not interested, like, no, come on, you come there and the whole 3 hours, you're not paying any attention. You're trying to do whatever you can so that people can talk. Like, if Raw would be so badass if they're like, okay, next SmackDown, we're going to do it in, like, the smallest venue ever, and it's gonna be like select seats. So we're gonna weed out these motherfuckers who are just trying to be on SmackDown. I hate that. Ever since that whole "you suck" chance, I was like, fuck SmackDown crowd.
Oh yeah, at the women, yeah.
Yeah. Ever since then, I was like, okay, we get it. Cut it out.
That was a really weird crowd. Like that didn't, that was very odd.
Yeah. And then some people were like, well, you can't blame the crowd necessarily because they've been conditioned to not care about the women. Like,
oh yeah.
We've been conditioned to not care about fucking tag team wrestling for a while.
They're not true. Yeah.
They're not chanting at Tyson Kidd, you eat out Natty. Like, come on now. Don't go there.
Oh, shit.
God.
I thought you were about to say, like, you eat out Tupac or some shit. Like, I don't know. Where was that too far? Was that too... I tried to make it... that was too much. I apologize. That was a paw too far, I guess.
I guess so.
Did you watch the Nikki Bella video of her impersonating Natty?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's a hoot. That's a hoot.
Sharpshooter. I'm the only one who trained in the done. She didn't say I'm the only one. She said I'm the only one.
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
They have so much fun on Tuesdays. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it does seem like they're having more fun, and they put all the pressure on the red brand.
They put all the pressure on the red brand.
It's not fair.
Well, that's what happens when you're the flagship show, so y'all Monday folk gotta step up.
Hey, you know what?
We can't help it that we're just so much more entertaining on Tuesday.
Who gets more ratings?
Yeah, 20 years. 20 years.
You guys won the rating war by 30,000 people one time and act like you.
That was hilarious.
That
was
I was like,
beautiful. Oh,
really?
Man. I'm so happy we got that one win. That win within the margin of error, pretty much.
Right.
That's great. No, you said something about. It's funny when you mentioned like the crowd, like people being like, "Well, the crowd's conditioned to not give a shit about women's wrestling." I don't know if you read it, but there was a fan post on Cage Side that I like. It's pretty highly wrecked on the list, and it's like, hold on, I'm just gonna pull it up right now. What is it about? You got two choices, ladies: WWE promos and sexism, and it's using Goldberg's line when he came out apparently and said, called like Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens ladies or whatever, and yeah.
It's not okay, but to most straight heterosexual masculine male fighters, it's not insult to call him a lady. Like, okay, if that's insensitive, then we shouldn't have cared when Paige called Tamina a man, because everybody's equal.
Oh, wait, what? No, that's not. Wait, are you making a serious argument here, or are you like joking? I can't tell.
I'm joking. Okay, I'm saying like, I think you can have that stuff because these are like, what man wants to be called a lady?
Interesting. That's interesting. I'm taking the opposite opinion. Interesting. How about that?
Well, I maybe it's because of where I grew up. I am a Southerner.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Down there.
Yeah, I don't know any straight man, heterosexual man, who would be flattered by being called a woman. Just like I don't know, and I know plenty of gay women who, like, if you called her a man, she'd be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
So like, if it's to call me like I look like a man, and everybody says that's an insult, it's also an insult to call a man a woman, right?
Yeah.
That's equal. That's how equality works. Yeah. That's how I feel. So like, sometimes I think, I don't want to go deep, but I see a lot of stuff, and I say to myself, this is why Trump won right here.
Oh no.
I don't
want to.
We don't have to. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we don't have to go there, but like, nope. I kind of am going. You gotta stop being so sensitive to the small stuff and be sensitive towards the big stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, this big stuff to be sensitive towards how WWE treats women is not a male wrestler calling another male wrestler a lady.
I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but does it not represent some latent, misogyny?
No.
Still, I think it does. I think it absolutely does. I think when you combine that sort of thing and the like treatment that Lana gets, I think that represents.
I don't think those. I think those are two completely different things.
Oh, I think they're part of the same picture. Actually,
Lana is a whore who should be disrespected. That's how they've treated her.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And not because she acts like a whore, because she is a beautiful woman who is. And what the hell is she doing with that dude? That's the whole narrative.
And Rusev is pure sex. Let's be real. That guy he is just beef, and he's funny too, and he's like cute. Man, I'm telling you, I'm into Rusev.
No, but I'm saying I just don't see why. Like, no, it shouldn't be said. You should be a little bit more sensitive. But like, I think sometimes you can let stuff slide. It's not. I don't think it's a big deal. I really don't. I don't think it shows anything. Like, I'm the most liberal women are ass kickers that can be, and I would write a line like that to taunt somebody who thinks they're a big tough guy, but they're really like a pansy ass, which that's what KO and Jericho are.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not.
Those
they
guys.
think they are.
Fuck.
We're manly men. I just don't. The bigger issue for me would be Mick Foley trying to explain to these teeny tiny little ignorant women what Hell in a Cell really means.
Yep.
Like, but a man calling another man, hey, ladies. No, like, and then he didn't go on and on. Like, he didn't call him a cookie puss and talk about how many different ways he had a vagina. I'm talking about The Rock. The Rock called CM Punk cookie puss. He said he actually literally said that John Cena has a vagina.
Wow, that's all right. So I just Googled cookie puss, and there's a Wikipedia entry, and it's here. I'll just read from it. Cookie Puss is an ice cream cake character created by Carvel in the 1970s as an expansion of its line of freshly made exclusive products, along with Hug Me Bear and Fudgy the Whale. According to Carvel's backstory for the character, Cookie Puss is a space alien who is born on planet Birthday. That's I just had to read that. I'm sorry. Planet Birthday is a hoot.
Yeah.
What I tell you.
But you know, another thing that is a bigger issue is like they're talking about women. I mean, did that article talk about how much women get paid? How there aren't any, like, who are the female writers? Like, I'm not talking about an Asian or something.
Oh, they don't have any. They don't have any.
Okay, did this article that was talking about that line, did that article talk about that? Because I can't read all these articles.
I don't remember. Maybe it may not have. Oh, I do. I brought it up because in the comments, some people immediately were like, "This is the problem with Cage Side, all you SJWs," and I was like, "Oh, motherfuckers."
I mean, people are upset about your sensitivity.
I know, right?
Like, I live in the thick of it. I know. Like, you'll hear it in the grocery store, just walking past, and there's, you know what's wrong with this world? And I'm just like, oh, here we go. Tell me what I'm doing wrong now. Yeah, old Southerners are the best people to know exactly where the United States of America is going to go. Like, it's pretty bad. But I do think sometimes there's, like, it's okay. It's like if you keep getting lesions on your body, you're going to go to the doctor and find out why you're getting lesions. You're not just going to keep treating the lesions. And I think talking about this stuff sometimes is focusing on the symptom rather than the problem. And then we can get into the minutia and have 100-page threads arguing each other about the little most minute detail of this crap, and we still have not discussed the larger issue, which is, and I'm going to take from Roman, because that's why I wrote my love letter to him this weekend. He's such a great role model. At one fan Q&A, a fan asked him, he was like, what woman do you consider underrated in the company? And he thought for a minute, and he said, all of them.
I was hoping that was going to be the response.
And then there was like, could you expand on that? He said, well, they wake up, they train just like we do. They travel just like we do. They spend time away from their families just like we do. They wrestle same time amount that we do. You know, they do all these promotion appearances, and they don't get paid the same amount as we do. And I was like, this motherfucker speaking the gospel truth at a fucking Comic-Con fan Q&A that ain't nobody ever comes. So if we could have more of that speaking up, right, and less about some dude calling another dude ladies, that's just the sensationalism that doesn't get to the core issue of what's going on. Like, there's Stephanie. And Stephanie even is like shushed and silenced by her dad and like told, that's enough from you. Pat on the head. Okay, that's about enough from you now. Zip it. He still does it to her right now. And, you know, as much as she's done for that company, she's still shushed. So.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about Goldberg calling somebody a lady or somebody saying, oh, he hits like a girl. Yeah, I mean, that's something to... But, okay, you can say I hit like a girl, and then come over here and see exactly how a girl can hit. You know, but no. Way bigger things to talk about than that. I just think that seems like... At this point, you know, because we've had main events and we've had all this... There used to be an argument on the other side that... Okay, what if you give them all this and just, there was a legit argument. This is why I walked away from being a smart, because I really was into women's wrestling, and there was a large contingency of motherfuckers who just was like, women aren't, they're just not as good as wrestlers as men. They're just not, it's just not, I know this, it's nice to dream that it'll ever happen, but women are never going to main event. Like, I've been through these arguments. That's why, like, when I found Cage Side Seats, I was like, God damn, this site must have been made for me. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Because, like, the fact that I'm a woman, simply just because I'm a woman, that was the reason for me to be, my opinion about wrestling to be dismissed. Well, you don't know. You're just looking at the hot men. I'm like, and all you want women to be is a fucking lampshade.
Yeah.
Ringside.
Yeah.
So don't you tell me about what I don't know about wrestling. I know a lot more than a lot of men that comment on wrestling, because people don't know what buried, carried. Like, when people say, oh, so-and-so carried that match, they have absolutely no idea that that's actually a compliment. Like, there are some wrestlers, believe it or not, Dana Brooke, that cannot be carried to, like, awesome 5-star. So if you get a 4-star, the best she's ever had was Asuka, and I'll give that match a 3 at best. At best.
Mm.
So if you're saying somebody gets carried to all these 4-star matches, then they're actually somebody that's capable of going in there with anybody and listen to the instructions that were given to them and create a compelling match for your dumb ass.
Boom. Boom.
I like, that's my big P. So-and-so is carried. And I think they're insulting that person. No, you don't actually know that person is intelligent enough to be carried in a wrestling match. That's not some, like, you keep saying that, but take your never worked the match ass and go in there with AJ Styles and see how good you do. The match gonna look like shit because you don't know what the fuck's going on. Because you're not able to be carried, okay? And we're not even going to go with the buried stuff. I'm not touch that.
It's been relevant lately.
It has, but I am not going to go there.
You watched Smack.
Just to say, yeah, I did. Oh God.
You heard what Cena said?
Yes, I did.
That was a hoot.
You said he and AJ Styles are the only. They're on another level than everybody else. And to me, I didn't think he was talking about just SmackDown. I think he was talking about the whole company.
Oh, for sure.
And you're a lie, Cena. You're a lie. Cena just mad. He been throwing out mad shade at Roman, and he mad because I bet you, see, his girlfriend Nikki had to bail him out. That's the real truth. Because Vince just took Undertaker from him. That's what had happened. What had happened was Undertaker was on SmackDown, and what had happened was everybody was like, it's gonna be Cena Taker. And then what had happened, for no reason at fucking all, Undertaker just showed up on Raw and said, I can go wherever the fuck I want to. That had happened because Vince was like, you know what, John, I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh, dang.
Oh my God. I bet you. He's been throwing shit. He's been throwing his little hints left and right at Roman. And Roman throwing right back because Roman is about that money. He's like, shit, I know I'm going to meet him at WrestleMania one day. I've been talking shit about him. He has. They have been throwing subtle jabs at each other ever since, like, Shield days.
I think you've just stumbled upon a reality or a work that's in the, like, infancy.
Of course.
Oh, I love it. I'm hyped now.
They're deliberately being kept from each other and they know it. And they'll at each other on Twitter. But they won't, like, the closest it came to it was when they were putting him in main event matches for no reason. One time he was out there and the crowd was like saying John Cena sucks. And he was like, when Roman Reigns is in the house, you damn right. I had a whole
that's right.
I had a whole thread one day of all the shots Roman Reigns been sending towards John Cena. All of them. He does not care. So I was offended when he said but John Cena don't care.
Nope.
No, he doesn't. But I'm sorry, John. As good as you are in the ring, when Roman gets to be however experienced John Cena is.
Oh boy. Take incoming.
It ain't no take, it's the truth. He gonna be better. When Roman Reigns 15 years in the business, he is gonna be a better wrestler than John Cena is. And it didn't take him forever and a day to get crisp, did it?
Oh, dang.
John Cena people were making fun of his stunner in 2014. Come on now.
You're some shooting right now.
It is when it comes to Roman Reigns. It is. Like, I know. Yes, John Cena is the GOAT. I will give him that. But like, you gotta move on sometime and do something else. He been saying his time is now since like what 2004. No, it's not. That's he being greedy. Your time up, son. Shit. Time is up.
Throwing shots at my blue boys.
I am. I can see. I won't throw shots at AJ though. I can't throw no shots at AJ. I love him too much. But you can throw. Like, I'm only really defending Roman. I can't defend nobody else. Let me see. I'll go right ahead and defend the tag team division as a whole. I think our tag team division is easily better than SmackDown's. I'm sorry. They are.
I don't think either division is worth spending 2 seconds talking about. So, like, I mean, it's kind of true. Like, people were like, man. I mean, I say it all the time. Like, splitting the women was a mistake because the depth is so limited on both rosters now. But holy shit, it might be even worse in the tag division because they've never been presented as something like that was important, you know? So, boy, I tell you, it's just like seeing the whole tag division on SmackDown in the ring. It's just like, wow, is this it? Is this all that I'm seeing right here? So, I don't know. That's it's a bummer because there's a lot of like good tag teams in the company that it just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's a priority at all. So it doesn't feel like it gets a lot of investment, which is kind of a bummer because like a really good tag match, you know, can be something totally different than what is offered, both in terms of like in-ring action and storyline like stuff. But we're not getting that so much, so not getting that on Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know.
No, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know.
I don't like. It's never gotten like importance really in WWE tag teams. You know, it's always kind of been like just something that's there. You know.
Yeah, you're right. Like the last time it felt important to me was like, and this is sad, when Edge, Christian, and the Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys were doing their stuff.
And that was like 17 years ago.
But I have to admit that, like, there was a big patch where I wasn't, like, paying that much attention. So I don't know, like, if in Ruthless Aggression, like, it mattered that much. Because all I paid attention to was, like, the main stuff. So, you know, but, like, the last time I really cared about tag teams, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
They don't invest in it. They're so busy, like, finding that next big star. And, like, Ginzel actually posed the question, like, what if they never find him?
What if they never find the big star? Yeah.
And that's my whole thing. Like, wrestling has changed. And yes, that motto worked. But, like, what if nobody, like, catches on, like Stone Cold did, or like Hogan did, or even John Cena? Like, what do you do then? You can't keep, like, what are you gonna start? You can't keep bringing these old guys back at a certain point.
Yeah, that's pretty much at its end. Like, there's no one else to really bring back, you know?
Shawn Michaels, but God bless him for, like,
actually retiring.
Not. Ooh, I would be so, like, I know people are talking about it so much, but I would just, like, no, Shawn. Just once in your life, do what you said you were gonna do.
Yeah. I don't ever want to see you wrestle again, Shawn Michaels. I hated you when you were wrestling. So stop. So don't even think about taking time from kids these days. Yeah.
Another one of my favorites you do not like.
You knew that. I've said that before. I don't like Shawn Michaels.
I know.
I was a Bret Hart mark. Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be, baby. Like,
that is the truth.
Fuck Shawn Michaels. That's a shoot. Oh boy. Woo. Okay.
You have no idea how conflicted I was when all that was going on, because they were like,
I wasn't conflicted at all.
Gave
up. I gave up on WWF. That was like, I'm done.
Oh, you talking about the screw job, the Montreal screw job?
Yeah, that was the last shit I did with WWF until like 2014. No, that was like a 8-month period in 2006 after Eddie died, and they were exploiting it to push Rey Mysterio to the title. I was paying attention during that time. But other than that,
yeah, I was a little pissed off because I was like, shit, you using Eddie's memory, to push Ray, but Eddie wasn't getting no fucking. I don't know. It was weird, and they said that he was about to get pushed again, but I never understood like why they cooled him off in the first fucking place.
Who knows? Let's talk about something that's more fun. Let's talk about Daniel Bryan and Renee Young on Talking Smack.
Daniel Bryan is ridiculous.
Like, isn't he the best though?
He like, I would be so embarrassed if I was like a friend of his and he was like talking about how big something on my body is, and I would be like, look, guy, hey buddy, you were not supposed to be peeping when I was at the urinal. Like, I'm waiting for Ellsworth to come back, like, to be on the show and like be like, look, hey buddy.
All right, now I badly want this.
Like, it was awkward as hell. Like, I knew you were looking, and you said you weren't looking, and this is like the second or third time now on this show.
Oh, like, it is. He's done it. He's said it before. Yeah.
Like, come on, Brian. You gotta respect my privacy. I'm a one-woman man. I'm with Carmella. You cannot let the ladies know. Come on now.
Oh man.
Beat them off with a stick.
That is a hoot. That is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. They weren't on the show, but Ellsworth and Carmella, like, the dynamic with them where she's clearly using him.
Oh yeah.
And he clearly has no idea that she's using him. It's like, it's fun.
Did you see that they actually did a follow video?
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Like, it was just it's kind of uncomfortable because the entire time he's just staring at her breasts. And I'm just like, oh God, please, like, don't make it that obvious. Like, I know you're trying to beat us over the head with it, but
yeah, would you know,
man, be a little more subtler than that. Come
if
on.
this angle is still going on at WrestleMania,
Oh boy.
like, during the Access Week, Big Cass gonna walk up to him and say, bro. Let's go have some words over here.
Say, bro.
Let me explain to you what you don't do.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, we all know how petty Vince is.
Oh, for sure.
He and it's not because he don't want to see nobody together. He just, like, when there were rumors that Charlotte and Paige were actually like both dating, kind of sort of dating Del Rio, and Vince,
they were like beefing over him.
Knew about it and thought they were gonna go hard on each other in the ring. I was like, this man is 70, and this is some straight up Regina George, Mean Girls high school type shit. Come on now. This is the owner of the company.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say how I can't square away the person that I know him to be with the fact that he allegedly considers Dr. Martin Luther King a personal hero.
Right.
What the fuck? Are we talking about? Are we talking about the Honorable Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? That's who you're talking about. No, you are not.
Yeah.
And you know, if the only follow-up question would be, in what way?
In what? How? How so? Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, you hear that there are rumors. This is a great way to transition. That the guy that's known as Hulk Hogan will be.
Fuck no. Yeah.
He is soon to be welcomed back into the company. Somebody was like, "Oh, they're gonna bring him back during Black History Month." Tee-hee-hee. And I was like, first of all, I don't see why that's funny.
Yeah.
Second of all, like, I can, like, Big E, the day that stuff came out, Big E had a It wasn't even a cryptic tweet.
Nope.
It's a very direct tweet of fuck Hulk Hogan, pretty much.
Yeah.
And fuck everybody who look like Hulk Hogan. Fuck you if you like Hulk Hogan. I ain't down with that shit whatsoever. So, and they're supposedly like one of the bigger stars in the company, like.
Yeah, I tell you, man, like, if he does come back, I hope he gets. He's not gonna get booed because Marks loves surprise returns.
He's not gonna get booed because he's not Roman Reigns at number 7.
Right? Yeah, seriously. But holy shit, I would love it if he did get booed because, man, that guy is a fucking shitty person.
It's like if you went to like if they debuted him in like a really smart city. Maybe,
yeah. I don't know.
Like Brooklyn, no, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. I've been having some thoughts lately about WWE, and that's not going to be something that's going to make me feel better about my investment in the product. I'll say that. We'll say that. And leave it at that.
Yeah, but you know what? I think I come at it from a place of like, I'm telling you, I was 5 years old and I knew something was up with that dude. I knew he was a fake, a phony. He was not to be trusted. That man did not get. I didn't know anything about steroids, but I knew you did not get that big by drinking no milk and saying no prayers.
Eating your vitamins. Yeah.
And eating vitamins. You're a liar, sir.
I mean, he was probably eating some vitamins, but just, you know.
Mm-hmm. And like, the thing about it to me is his racism was so like, it had different layers to, like.
Yeah.
If you were rich or could help him in some way, then he has no problem with you in his family. But if you're one of those useless Negroes who is, if you're broke, you're obviously looking for a come up, and he's not gonna be it, you know.
Yep.
But like, I always felt something in the milk wasn't clean about him my whole life. So when that came out, I wasn't shocked. But my mother, who's like the baddest badass ever, she had this thing, we were talking about it, and she was like, why the hell they taking him out the Hall of Fame and doing all this much ado about bullshit? Because they know in a little while, when it die down, they're gonna bring his ass right back. She said this right when it happened. Mm-hmm. That's her exact word. She was like, I don't care. That's a damn distraction. She said that's bullshit. She said if that had been my Hall of Fame and that man was in there and all the shit he did, hell no, he earned that shit. No matter whatever his views are, that didn't have nothing to do with his, him going out there and making all that money, having all them fans and having Hulkamania and stuff. She said, you can't. She was very. I mean, she made me think, because she was like, them statements, which of course she said, now come on, you done said all manner of shit that the public shouldn't hear. And that was something that he had absolutely no idea he was being recorded. She said, first of all, I don't like the fact that nobody even saw that the tape ever existed. He said, but we know what he said and how he feels. Okay, that's fine. You can feel about him however you want to, but you can't take away. And he said that man worked hard for that. No matter what you feel about him, he worked hard for that. She said, why would they take him out the Hall of Fame? That's stupid as hell. She said, especially since, this is my mom. She said they don't give a fuck about no black people.
Yeah.
And it's all for public relations. So I love my mama.
Yeah, no, that's totally true, because like either leave them in and be like, you know what, there are some bad people in this thing, but they've done stuff for the business and that's what we're acknowledging, or don't put him back in. But taking him out and then with the intention of always putting him back in, that exposes you as a bullshit hypocrite.
Right.
Oh, WWE.
Yep.
You know what else was on Talking Smack?
Who was else on Talking Smack?
They put me on the crawl again.
Did you? What was it for this time?
It was I had a tweet during the contract signing about when Becky responded to Mickie James saying, "You're not my mom," and I tweeted like, "Oh, Bex, you're the best," or something like that, and they put that on the crawl, and I was like, I'm seeing you, social person who works at WWE. All right, okay.
Yeah, and they're obviously seeing you. They're like,
no, I'm watching. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's wonderful, Andrew.
We'll talk. No.
Now, see, you're gonna have me watching the crowd during Talking Smack every week now.
I swear to God, I watched the crawl more than I actually watched. That's not true. But it's kind of true. Let's be real. Yeah, no. SmackDown's great. It's wonderful. It's perfect. It's not perfect.
Before we get out of here, because we've kind of talked about everything except for Elimination Chamber.
Oh, yeah, that whole shit.
So many shows coming up. Okay, so let's do quick predictions. So we'll do the 3 women's matches. With Nikki Bella and Natalya, who do you have in that match?
I have Nikki.
I actually think it's going to be like a no contest thing.
I could see that. Yeah, I'll buy that too. Yeah.
Alexa Bliss versus Naomi.
I'm waiting for you to say.
Oh, okay. I'm picking Alexa Bliss. Like some people like it seems like no. Naomi's giving no.
All that means is that SmackDown has done a very good job of making you be like, maybe they'll put the time. No. No.
Naomi's probably going to get a WrestleMania entrance in a match. That's all I'm thinking, Yeah. So.
Yeah, Alexa. So Alexa, we're going with Alexa on that. Yep.
Yeah, I think and I also have my fingers crossed that they pull out not even a great match, just a good match.
Just a good match. Oh yeah, I tell you. Whew. 8
to 10 minutes, something or another. I have faith in them. I think their chemistry is a little bit better than Becky and Alexa. So, like, I just want to, because, you know, the good match is the next match, which is Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. Who do you have?
I'm taking Mickie James.
So am I.
God, why do we keep picking the same people?
I'm sorry, but I just figure, like, if the rumor is true, nobody's even going to, like, okay, they have to set up Becky and Mickie eventually for the title. If the plan is for Becky to win the title at Mania, then Mickey's going to be her upcoming feud with a little bit of Alexa thrown in. She might get betrayed. Who knows? But yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to build Mickie up a bit, you know, to make her a credible threat. And I think it helps, like, pushing Becky back down a little bit. Like, even those still, what, like 7, 8 weeks until Mania after Elimination Chamber? So they still got time to, like, do a whole redemption story for Becky if that is indeed the plan. So, yeah, I'm taking Mickie.
Yeah. Okay. So the tag team turmoil match. Are you familiar with this format?
Is it an eliminate? Oh wait. Oh, okay. Didn't Roman and Daniel Bryan have one of these like a couple years ago?
Yes, and it was fantastic.
Well, that wasn't that like a really great match. Yeah. Yeah. So one team starts and then they have a match with somebody, and then whoever wins stays.
Whoever wins faces the next team. Yeah. I think American Alpha. I think they're gonna put them over big. I think they're gonna run the gauntlet.
Ooh, I'd like that.
And I think it's gonna come down to them and the
Usos, yeah.
And I think the Usos might win.
I could see that. I don't know. I could see it.
So American Alphas went through all these other teams already.
Yeah.
And the Usos be like the last team. They do the dirty trick. Now
that's dirty shit. Yeah.
But who knows? Because like they could easily who knows what they're doing for Mania. But that's my prediction.
Right? Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean we can't even figure out the main card, so undercard, you know. Oh, so what do you think's gonna happen in that match?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I agree with you. It's either like Usos win at the last breath by some shenanigans or some shit, or Alpha run the table and then Usos attack them afterward or something, you know, or attack them on next Tuesday or something. But
yeah, because I just don't think the Ascension is like.
Oh,
it must
man.
have been Conor and Victor's birthday or something.
Right? Seriously.
I don't think they're gonna be SmackDown is good, but they are not that good.
No,
I am sorry, they're not that good.
You can't make the Ascension. You can't make the vaudevillains. You can't make the vaudevillains a thing. Yeah.
No, you have a better chance with Breezango.
For sure. At least those guys are entertaining.
They're entertaining and they're better wrestlers than those other two teams.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Fandango can get down in there. And so can Tyler Breeze. But they're never in TV matches. But that's not what SmackDown does. That's why I said that tag team could be traded to Raw. They're like them versus New Day would be great. Okay, we're getting off the subject.
Yeah.
What else is that other than the Elimination Chamber match? Oh, Harper versus Orton. Yes. Randy's gonna win. Cause I guess. But then they could make it, and if Luke Harper gets by with a win, then Luke Harper comes out and says, "Well, I beat the Rumble winner. I want in at WrestleMania. I beat the Rumble winner." You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the champion, but I feel like I deserve it. And we can rightfully get this goddamn triple threat match going for the title. You know what I'm saying? Luke Harper deserves to be in there, man.
Yeah, he's done some stellar work. Him coming down and like his face shaking, just shaking. Like I was just like, I am enthralled right now. And then he took that one step away and then turned around, fucking lost it. I lost my shit. I jumped out of my chair. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, man, let's go, Luke. I was into it. I tell you. Whew. I'm getting excited just thinking about it, man.
I know, right? Because, like, oh yeah, I hope upon hope.
Well, you've talked me into a Harper win. I'm not gonna. I'm here for that. Shit.
Because, like, as Biden says, Randy Orton's taking pins from Chad fucking Gable. He can't put Harper over.
Right.
On his way to, like, a main event in Mania that he's probably not winning. Come on.
Yeah.
Luke Harper deserves. Oh God, I wish we could get like Daniel Bryan type of thing going and just like force Luke Harper into this fucking match.
Oh man, that'd be lit.
Because I don't think Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt is going to be like. And I know they don't. It's all about the spectacle and blah blah blah. But shit, we're fucking watching too. We would like to see some entertaining matches on WrestleMania.
Right now.
In between all of your spectacle bullshit, please. Which means like it wouldn't hurt him. And if the plan is for Bray to go over, you could still do that. There's even a possibility you could have like Luke Harper turn back and help. Like I suggested before, help Bray keep the title if he is in fact getting it. Which I guess that's my prediction for the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah, he's walking away. So we can quickly talk.
Yeah, like I feel like they've done such a very good job of being like, Bray is going to win, that like they could do something real interesting if he didn't win. Because then it would be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, you know? Like that would be wild. So I'm gonna be definitely following that betting line on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm writing the preview for that match, so it's gonna be a hoot. I tell you, I'm really looking forward to that match. Like, there is a lot of talent in that ring, and like, a lot of good storytellers, in-ring storytellers. You know,
like the who's gonna be the first two, and who you think is gonna be like first to come out of pod and all that.
Whew, that's tough.
Because they've made a big deal about the person who starts, who nobody who's ever started has never won. Is that the winner might be the person who started. And I'm trying to think of who could last through like possibly almost an hour and all of that. And the only person I'm thinking on that list who I would think it was believable would be AJ Styles. But then like that's kind of weird if they do that, or maybe that could be a red herring to make us think that if he does start the match, they've been talking about it, so he's gonna win it, and it still end up being Bray, who I absolutely think Bray is gonna be in the pod the longest.
Interesting. You think he's gonna be the last out?
Yeah, he's gonna be the last one out.
Okay.
And I think
I can see that.
I'm sorry, but who did I? I think Baron Corbin just got a pin on AJ Styles. I think he's gonna be the first one gone. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna say Ambrose is gonna be first out.
Yeah, because I had to think about who was in the match, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Dean. That's his job in elimination matches, like Survivor Series elimination matches. He's the first one.
Well, and what it also do, if Corbin pins Ambrose, that sets up, there's your Intercontinental Championship feud for WrestleMania right there.
And,
right?
And Miz is definitely.
And Miz pinning Cena, that's going to be, I'm in for that. Woo! I'm hyped.
Like, if the Miz does not pin John Cena, then what the fuck? There was no reason for this show. Seriously, come on now.
Give us that. Come on, man. Yeah.
Come on, man. All I need is for Luke Harper to beat Randy Orton instead of himself being in the WWE title match. Because he beat the Rumble winner. And, I
like it. Excuse me.
And I also need The Miz to pin John Cena in the Elimination Chamber. he can get pinned immediately after that. As a matter of fact, he should. Right after that.
Oh, yeah.
Celebrating
He'll
and
be
so happy.
Yep. You got it.
He's a phenomenal forearm or something, and he's gone. He should do nothing else in the match after he pins John Cena. Oh my God. I'm so hyped for this.
Right? It's gonna be so good. There's one more match on the card that we have not talked about.
Yeah, I know, but I don't care about
I was gonna ask, can you even remember what it is?
I know it's because I looked at the list before. It's Dolph Ziggler, like, because it's like this is a part to me where it's like, I don't know. It feels like a Raw segment snuck on SmackDown by accident. Because how is Dolph? I understand how Dolph Ziggler is the heel, right? But you don't usually put heels in handicap matches,
right? It's very odd.
It is quite odd. Like, somebody should obviously be defending the other person. Like, if they both have a beef with Ziggler, then Ziggler is supposed to have a friend to come in. This is wrestling trope 101. When the heel is outnumbered, they go find a friend.
Yeah.
Unless they're Braun Strowman, because he can kick 4 people. How's that a heel? How you supposed to boo that?
Right? There's no way you can boo that. Yeah. The most entertained I've been by Ziggler since his heel turn started was not even by him, and it was on Twitter last night. It was this guy at Chris P. Lettuce who tweeted at Dolph Ziggler, and he said, "Hey, heel Ziggler, can you please just quit so they have time on SmackDown for the tag team division? Make a list and go do a Cody Rhodes."
Oh my goodness!
And Dolph responded and said, "No, and for a mark, you're not a very good mark. I Am Jericho created the list." And Crispy Lettuce responded with Cody's picture of his list. It's just like, oh my God, this is a hoot. So yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously, Dolph Ziggler absolutely looks like somebody that CM Punk alluded to that would talk about what they would do and that they should leave, but they're not gonna leave. They're not gonna leave.
No, yeah. God, Miz should have retired his ass. That would have been right. That would have been.
I think we were saying that.
We were, yeah.
That it would be better if Dolph went away for a minute, because I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Even with a heel turn, he's still Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, and I hope that's the only pre-show match and all the women on the main card.
Yep.
Because like, seriously, if they put any of the women's match on the pre-show, that's something you write a fan post about right there.
Yeah, I'll be pissed. Yeah.
Because it's the only pre-show match, the only match that screams pre-show is Ziggler and the flippy dudes with no personality.
Yep.
Seriously. But it's kind of harsh. I don't want to didn't be with the company. I don't want to say that, but it seems like I think when he was doing good work, when the brand split first happened, he was under the impression that he was going to be more of a factor.
Yeah.
And then when he realized that he was just pretty much enhancement talent with a little bit of a name, I think he stopped. Not like he did the whole thing where his career was on the line and he got the title. Then I think somewhere along there, somebody told him, "Oh no, that was just an angle. We're gonna put the title back on the Miz."
Yeah, you're losing the title in 2 weeks.
and he's gonna be feuding with Dean, and then Dean's gonna,
Which they did drop. They did drop that feud. They dropped because they were starting a whole Miz and Maurice versus Dean and Renee thing, and then they just dropped that entirely. So, like, that tells me plans changed right around that time for, like, Cena Nikki versus Miz Maurice. Like, that became the match.
And who came on Raw around that time, though?
Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Yep. It fits together. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the person who's on the outside looking in of all this, Undertaker, who gets a big WrestleMania match is Dean Ambrose, because it probably, or maybe Dean didn't want to be in a gimmick match with his girlfriend at WrestleMania. So he's cool with that. He's like, shit.
So he can go on in a Intercontinental Championship match with Baron Corbin, and maybe they'll do like a multi-man thing. God, I don't
think SmackDown needs a multi-man intercontinent.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not enough people, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the U.S. Championship could possibly be a ladder match, possibly. But somebody's title's not getting defended.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were booking the show, I would not. If there is a spot on the pre-show coin, and whoever had called heads or tails, whoever called it, that's who tag team division get a match. Yeah. And shit, we just have to feature you on the after show. Fuck it, it's like it's a million people on the roster. You can't possibly get everybody on the card. That's what I was like. At this point, WrestleMania is gonna have to start being a 2-day event.
Yeah.
Like, they seriously gonna have to, like, the Hall of Fame has to be on Thursday, and then they do NXT on Friday, and then Saturday, because SmackDown is the underdog baby.
Oh yeah, seriously.
On Saturday you do SmackDown WrestleMania, and then on Sunday you do Raw WrestleMania, which like Raw would call the real WrestleMania.
Yep.
And then of course everybody like, all the SmackDown fans will be like, did you hear they moved WrestleMania to Saturday?
Oh, shots fired.
Right, on both sides. But
Yeah,
it's like, as long as you don't take the stuff seriously, I think it's fun. Like, you could be Team Red or Team...
Right? Yeah.
Raw does stuff better than SmackDown. Not a lot of things, but they do stuff. Mm-hmm. No, like, nobody caters to a part-timer like Raw, baby.
Woo! Yeah. You know what's funny? SmackDown doesn't really have part-timers. Like, you can call Cena a part-timer, but he's not really a part-timer because he's there enough, and his whole thing is, like, when he goes away, it's storyline that he goes away. It's not like just Undertaker just disappears for 10 months, you know? Or like Brock just shows up once every 3 months or something. Like, it's not like that at all. Or Goldberg shows up once every 17 years or some shit, 15 years, whatever.
They unearthed him from a cave.
Right? Oh my God, I forgot about that commercial.
That commercial was actually the truth. He's been in that scene since 2004.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing. He was cryogenically frozen, and then they woke him up
to come because he was the only way that could beat. You know what I watched last night? I watched the main event of WrestleMania 31 again.
I don't even remember which Mania that was.
That's Lesnar versus.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I think we're gonna get it again.
SummerSlam.
And I think my theory is gonna be proven correct. Like, I was watching, like, Brock Lesnar is insane. Roman Reigns was hitting him for real, because you can see, like, Brock's head literally, like, jerk, like there was force with it. And I was watching, I was like, you can't tell who's calling the match. It feels like a real fight, and I think that's how Brock wants to, like, entertain.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't think he gave a fuck about
Dean Ambrose.
Yep. Or Seth Rollins, because he didn't consider those to be like real fights.
Interesting.
Because I think he cared way more about Goldberg squashing him than either of his matches with Seth or Dean. I think he showed way more passion, care, and concern in that minute or so. And it's not because he's lazy. It's fucking Brock Lesnar. Motherfucker probably don't know what tired means, really. Like, there's like how we feel tired. No, come on now. Motherfucker lifts tractor trailers in his
right? Seriously.
So I don't think it's the point of lazy. It's just the point of he was just, it was strictly a cash grab in that. Cause like I watched this thing with Stone Cold. He likes wrestling, but he don't like like the WWE bullshit that they gotta do. He's like, and it's like, I think he considers most of those guys sports entertainers. But like, if those guys used to play sports or something, he'll respect them. Cause like before, plans changed last year, because somewhere along the line, Bray Wyatt was supposed to play. Remember?
Yep.
It seemed like, because he came out in the Rumble, because the whole Rumble with him last year was him and the Wyatt family. He was hopping around. He looked excited. And 2 months later, he's looking like he could not give a fuck less in his match. His actual WrestleMania match with Dean. It didn't have nothing to do with him going to UFC. And it's unfortunate, because I wish, he could work with more people on the roster, but like, don't put him in the ring with Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Owens ain't played no sport, but has he? Did he play football? Because if he did, he better tell him he played football.
Right, seriously. And don't say it's like Canadian rules football or some shit.
Oh no. You can't. You went to school in like Delaware.
Do you think Brock would accept hockey?
He might.
I could see it.
It's a little bit brutal, but
he lives in Canada now.
Yeah.
And he's from Minnesota or whatever.
So, on this ending note,
it's I was just say one thing. It's interesting that you say Brock versus Roman at SummerSlam, because that would clearly be the main event.
Yeah.
And I'm saying right now, there is only one main event at SummerSlam 2017 that I will accept.
And who is that?
Well, come on. What do you think?
I'm lost.
Oh, in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, Sasha and Bailey?
I'm registering my disapproval for any other main event right now. They're not even going to be on the same show. Here's the thing, like, the brand split draft is very confusing, because I don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
They could. You think they're going to try to shake it up?
Maybe they'll put both of them on SmackDown. If they put both of them on SmackDown, holy shit. I'd be like a kid in a candy store on brand split night.
So you think they're going to reshuffle the whole roster, or you just think they're going to do some trades?
I don't know. Didn't they like reshuffle the whole roster before? Is that how they did it? I don't know. I actually have no idea.
I think it varied from year to year. Like, some years they would reshuffle, some years they would just do trades. Like year.
So we have no idea. Yeah.
1 year John Cena got traded. I think he was on Raw. Then he got traded to SmackDown. Then later on the night he got traded back to Raw. It was like, I bullshit you not. This is the thing that happened.
Why would they?
Indeed, why would they? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But it happened.
Oh boy!
I swear to God, it happened. But yeah, I wanted to say, because I'm already thinking WrestleMania. What is the one thing? Just like one thing that you say that you need from WrestleMania.
I mean, we went over this before. I said what I wanted was Cena Styles is the main event, but that's obviously out of the question. And I knew that was not gonna be in the question. I tell you, what do I? Okay, all right. What is the one thing I want? The one thing I want is for the Raw Women's Championship to be defended in a one-on-one match.
Would you like to care to do something a tad bit easier? No.
Boy, I tell you. What else do I want on Mania? I don't know. I just want a good. I want The Rock's bit to be limited to under 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that was not any easier, was it? That was even harder. Yeah. Like,
yeah, because I mean, he gonna stand there and smell the air for like 5 minutes at least.
Christ. I want no Hulk Hogan. How about that? Can I say that?
Yes.
All right.
That is very realistic, but it is in Orlando.
Yeah, I know.
This is the one thing I want from WrestleMania. I would like the people who are booked as faces
to win.
Fucking win. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would like.
I'll go with that.
And this excludes my personal main event because there's no alignment there. There's just bloody violence. And of course the old guy should lose. Like, if you want old man Undertaker to beat Roman Reigns, you deserve everything bad to happen to your favorite ever in life.
If that's what you want, you should go watch like 2011 TNA or some shit.
No, you should be forced to watch Russo era WCW.
Ooh!
That if you want the Undertaker to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 33, you should have to be forced to watch it in a loop, in a marathon until it's all over. Every single episode of WCW that Russo was responsible for.
And it's gonna be some Clockwork Orange type shit where they like keep your eyes open so you can't even shut your eyes.
Right.
It's gonna be some torture.
But it's so weird. I'm rooting for one part-timer to actually win a belt, whilst at the same time, like, don't put that old guy.
Yeah, don't put that fucker over. Yeah.
But I mean, I will say this: after Kevin Owens loses to Goldberg, I don't want them to throw Kevin Owens away. I would like to see I don't know who this fella is.
This guy right now, yeah.
Yes, I would like them to bring Kevin Owens back finally.
Seriously.
Thank you. Okay, any more final thoughts? Because that's all I gotta say.
No. Wait, well, hold on. Let me look at my notes real quick. I wrote some shit down, but I don't remember what it was. AJ Styles is not buried, for fuck's sake. That's what I have in my notes. That's literally it. That's literally the only thing I wrote down. Hi, kitty.
Okay, well, I would like to thank everybody for watching. We appreciate your views and your feedback. And yeah, I was on my reel. I was like shooting. I got worked up about thinking about John Cena and Roman Reigns and some deep-seated. Like, I didn't even realize it was at that level. I mean, so hey, you learn things.
That's what the people listen for, you know. They're here for us, for me saying I hate every other wrestler from the '90s except Bret Hart, and you doing your stuff about Roman and Cena. Like, that's what the people are here for.
Right, and we thank you for being here.
Yes, we thank you.
Follow me on Twitter at Militia Malice Joe, and follow Andrew at Andrew M. Swift, all together. And like the video if you see it. And we'll be back next week, people.
Bye.
Bye.